Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Supatease video. And with this one, I'm bringing you my 9.2 Boomkin build. This thing is insane. It's a machine gun. It is a chicken warrior Gundam. You are going to be dumping massive amounts of star surges, and I'll show you that later on in the video. But we've got to break down what it is that we are going to be looking to take advantage of in 9.2 to synergize it to its maximum potential to destroy everybody. So it's very important that we play a Kyrian balance to it in the next patch, which is going to grant us access to the second legendary, which is that our kindred spirits is going to provide us a secondary effect. Of course, double dipping that versatility has been something that's very common right now in the current patch. You will have this legendary baseline now, though, and you will be able to pair it up with this legendary, the Time-Worn Dreambinder, which is going to reduce the cost and increase the damage of your Star Surge by 10%, stacking up to 2 times for 20% reduction, 20% damage, and then synergizing once again with our 4-set and 2-set bonuses, which is when we enter Lunar Eclipse, we will get a Fury of Elune to generate more astral power, and we will also have our 4-set bonus be that while in Eclipse, our Star Surges cost 20% less, 20% discount, 20% discount. We're shopping at the Boomy Walmart right now for Star Surges because it's a good deal. We got to take this deal right now while it's hot, and it's going to be one that you definitely want to check out with this patch. It's going to be the build that I'm going for right off the get-go, and we'll give you a little bit of a taste of it. So I'm guessing that our rotation or our opener is going to be get dots on a target. It's going to be activate Lunar Eclipse, and you're going to do a little wave. Just a little wave of Star Surges, 3, 4, and this is just the baby go. This isn't the Omega go. This is going to be like opening on a target, softening them up, getting them ready, keeping your dots up, waiting for your Star-Lord to fall off. We got our Moonkin aura maxed out. Time to incarn. Now we're going to be Moonkin Machine Gun Mania. We're just going to keep it going. We're just going to keep it going. Just like, what? We're going to keep going. Just more Star Surges, more Star Surges, more Star Surges. It's going to be a very good time if you are able to pull off this build successfully. And then after our Incarn, we can activate Lunar Eclipse to get that Fury of Elune again. And then Machine Gun Mania once again with our Star Surges, just pumping out as many as we can possibly shove in one little setup window. And that's it pretty much. We're going to be activating Lunar Eclipse, getting that Fury of Elune from our 4-set, dumping a massive amount of Star Surges into it, and then kind of crushing everybody during that moment, activating Incarn Empowerment afterwards, dumping another huge wave of Star Surges into the target. Then after Eclipse has ended from Incarn, we can go back into Lunar Eclipse again, get another Fury of Elune, and then just continue dumping these massive waves of Star Surge. Moonkin Machine Gun Mania at this point. You're going to have a tremendous amount of haste, versatility, and stats in this patch. Things are scaling really far out of control with it at the moment. And this is one of the builds that I'm going to be testing out in the future as well in the solo queue shuffle, which has now just got additionally more titles added to it. So it'll be very important if you're a title collector to go after that. I think it's like 150 round wins is going to be getting you a title called the Soloist in the Brawl. And I like that they introduced that to try and incentivize the solo shuffle, because if we're going to bring solo queue into WoW, then we need to have testing on possible modes for it. We need participation. So bringing in those titles is going to be a good incentivization to get people to try it and get into it and see if they like it. But this Moonkin build in particular may have reignited me a little bit. I feel like every time I make a video here on the YouTube channel, it's like, oh, maybe I should actually play that spec. And not this spec that I was already thinking about that I was going to play, because this spec looks so great now too. And I'm going to be covering more specs as well. So if you want to hit the subscribe button to make sure you're up to date with news, patch changes, and potential builds for 9.2 and beyond with World of Warcraft, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and I do my best to be a resource for you to enhance your experience with World of Warcraft. I also stream every day at twitch.tv/Supatease. And we're doing viewer games, rank 1 pushes, rap gods. We're doing it all. I kind of want to just do this machine gun again just because it's so much fun. You get into a Lunar Eclipse. You're going to dump your Fury of Elune, Empower, Star Surge Mania. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Star Surges. 8 Star Surges. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good when you get 8 Star Surges. And Boomy has a lot of other options that are going to be interesting to take into account as well for 9.2. I'm thinking potential defensive builds as well. There's one actually for Guardian Druid that I'm thinking about picking up for balance. And it's the one where you use bark skin and it gives you frenzied regeneration, which could be really good for surviving when you're getting attacked. And I'm trying to find it. Did they remove it? I'm pretty sure they didn't remove it. Right here. So the natural order's will. Bark skin reduces damage by an additional 10% when it begins or ends in bear form. And you gain iron fur and frenzied regeneration. This is going to be very tanky against rogue mage. So you might have to drop the machine gun version of this. And you're going to get a lot of survivability. You're still going to get the double benefit, the double dip of the versatility for being able to survive. And you can flip this on instead and get to be really tanky in matchups where you need to be tanky. And then other than that, I mean, we still have a bunch of other builds as well with possibilities for Necrolord if the pacing of the game changes with Cycle of Life and Death. Running our damage over time effect builds was one that was standing out to me. I think that Night Fae might be dead just because there are so many pets right now in the game. Like, there's tons of ways to just summon these random little minions that come into the game. There's Brahms, there's Kevin Oozes, Hunter Pets, Demo Locks are likely to be really strong. You're going to want to watch the Demo Lock video when I get that one out, because I can't actually believe how good it is. It might actually be the best spec in the game come 9.2, with how insane its legendaries are going to be synergizing together for how much damage it can pump out. You definitely want to check out that video. But with how many pets there are, I'm kind of thinking, even though you could run like a balance of all things, 1 minute Convoke, the problem is that the Convoke is just going to be going into every random minion that's summoned and just completely wasting all of its damage. Whereas this Machine Gun Chicken Gundam is very focused. You can control the damage, time it with your burst, and works really well with the way that Balance Druid is kind of needed to be played at the moment in terms of competitive PvP. So I'm very excited to try it out. And I think there's going to be a Plays with the Blues test on Friday this week. So if you want to watch my stream, I will be streaming that, jumping on a bunch of different specializations and trying to see what types of crazy builds can come out with that solo queue shuffle test. But this is one that's really standing out to me. I have a couple other ones that you may want to check out. I'll have linked at the end of the video about Discipline Priest, about Arms Warrior already, and I'm doing my best to get as many of these specs out as I can. So if your spec hasn't been covered yet, it likely will in the near future. But other than that, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Hope that this build has intrigued you to check out the Balance Druid for patch 9.2. Potentially sold you on it if you were already thinking about picking it up. I do appreciate it, and thank you very much for watching the video. I will catch you in the next one.